Hey guys, what's up? O vídeo de hoje vai ser um pouco diferente do que normal. Neste vídeo eu vou falar só em inglês. Você pode assistir seguindo as legendas. Have you ever wondered why in English we have that meaningless do whenever you have to ask questions or for negation? We say things like, do you eat sushi? When we could just say, you eat sushi? And put some intonation at the end. And then when we reply, we say, no, I don't eat sushi, when we could just say, no, I not eat sushi, which is how most languages, including Portuguese, already does it. In this context, do serves no purpose in the sentence. So why is it there? This is one of the rare instances where English is actually more complex than most other languages. But it turns out there's a reason for it, and it's pretty interesting.
God, your English is really improving.
My English is just fine.
This is basic English.
So English is a language that has a lot of influences. It has Germanic roots, but it's changed a lot over the years. Most of the influences that the English language has came from wars.
Good God, yo!
When Romans invaded, and then the Vikings, and then the Normans, French. And each of these invaders brought with them their own language, and that infused into the English lexicon. But none of these influences has a meaningless do. So where does it come from?
I don't know, man. Why don't you tell me?
Well, it turns out that Celtic languages like Welsh and Cornish also use do in this way. In fact, these are the only other languages in the whole world that use do in the same way as English. Linguists think that this use of do was first used by Celtic speakers who were speaking English as a second language. This is because speakers who are bilingual tend to use their native language's grammar structures and only input the vocabulary of the new language. The first time that it's noted as being used was in 1200 AD in Middle English documents. So before 1200 AD, there were no signs of this being used anywhere in the Old English, which was more Germanic in nature. The reason for this is that in 1066 AD, the Normans invaded. And French was the official language of England for the next 200 years. So there was literally nothing recorded in English during that entire time. Add to this the fact that Old English documents basically were only used by church clergy as official documents, and they didn't record the way people commonly spoke. So it's possible that people were actually speaking this way as much as 700 years earlier, and people just weren't recording it. So whenever you're speaking that meaningless do in English, you're actually using the remains of an old, ancient Celtic tribe that were the native inhabitants of England. And it is one of the most unique grammar structures in the whole world. It's kind of cool, isn't it? If you like this video, this different style of video about the history of English, let me know. I've got tons of information on this, and I can make a lot more. Thanks. Toasty! Thanks, and we'll see you next time.
You make my English better.
Now I understand.
My language is English.